Well, I can't think of a better place I'd rather be on a rainy Saturday morning than back in my local B&M. And if you look behind me, it looks like they've had in their new stock. So looking at these now, some lovely Trachycarpus Palm, £37.50 there, and they're a really good size. And look at this here, this is a Cordyline. How much is this one? Let's have a look. £37.50. Now it doesn't say what type of cordyline it is, but I'm guessing it's probably a Cordyline indiviser, which is what I've got in my garden. And I bought it from here, and it grew absolutely wonderfully. It's now about 9 foot tall, and it does come out with some lovely orange markings on the centre of the leaves. And they never split, the indivisers, they always stay as one single stem. Yucca Rostrata, £85. They've got a choice of two here. Beautiful size on that. I think that one is the nicest one of the two. I don't need one, but that is in fantastic condition for £85. Another Trachycarpus, they've got the large ones back in stock, £150. So I have got Tony with me today, but he's shopping inside the store. So I'm sure he'll be out soon. Two of these in stock. Lovely looking plant. I'm tempted, but I haven't got any space. And there's a really good size on that. I think I'd struggle to get that one in the car. Just look at that trunk on there. A beautiful palm. Huge trunk. Much bigger than the one I bought last year from here, which was £150. So shall we step back a bit and see if we can see it? That really is an amazing palm tree. Excellent. You've also got the olive trees, £100 each. Nice trunk on them. And I've also got those as well. I've got one from here anyway, one of this size. And it's quite strange how these have got security tags on by the looks of it in there. Who'd want to come in and pinch an olive tree? But there we are. I suppose security tags go on almost everything today. And more of them Cordylines through there, the indivisers. Very healthy looking plants. Now these are Cubas, £25. One of my favourite plants, just for brightening up a shady area in the garden. £25 does seem quite expensive. It's worth with these buying the smaller plants as they really grow quite quickly. That's what I find in my garden anyway, but we have got really good soil there. And lovely little rhododendrons. Well, not so little, £40 each. Lovely. Red, purple, What are these ones? Elegans. And this one here, a Nova Zembla. Haven't heard of that before, and I did show this one on my video not long ago. It's still here. That's the Cosmopolitan, and that one is a really beautiful plant. If only I had the space for that for £40, I'd be buying that one. Nice sort of hot coloured flowers gonna come on these in orange and yellows. Beautiful. I haven't heard of these before. And just look at them flowers there. Really brighten up a dark spot with that. Although I think these are for full sun. Have you bought any of these before? Have they done well in your garden? Let me know, as I'm always open to recommendations. And they've still got these plants here. Leucothoe, I think they're called. And I bought 2 of them last week. So they are now in my garden. Lovely colours. We've got a rainbow one there. With different types of leaves. And this is the one that I've got here. A Zeblia. I think that's how you pronounce it. Beautiful. And they've also got nice euonymus, a golden rocket. Now these are so easy to grow. And I might pick up one of these now. I always like a nice euonymus in the garden. And you can't go wrong with these. As just left alone. And they're called a golden rocket. And they definitely do rocket away in the garden. Some lovely, really large camellias here, £50. This is probably about the size of the one that I've got in my garden. And I bought my camellia from here, but it was a lot smaller. So it doesn't take long for them to grow this size. Mine's about 3 years old, and it's got to this size already. But they're full of buds. And they look lovely and healthy. And that's one of the reasons that I came in to B&M today, is that I want to buy some ericaceous compost, as I've recently replanted mine. And just look at them buds. Beautiful. That's going to be full of flowers. £37.50 for the shamrops. Again, lovely and healthy. I've got one of these in my garden, and I didn't realise when I planted it against the wall just how big it would grow. But I'm not going to move it now, as it's settled in. And although it's a little bit squashed against the wall, but it's doing well. So I can hear Tony's voice now, calling for me over the other side. So he's finally found me. Where are you, Tone? I can hear you, but I can't see you. Hang on, I'm coming round. Coming round. There he is. There he is. I know, £85. I know. It's a lovely plant. That's the better one of the two. I was just showing that now. It's a nice looking plant, but we haven't really got anywhere to put it. What have we found now? We don't really need any more. I come in for compost, not for plants. I know, I think that's the same as ours, the Indivisa. Yeah. It's lovely though. No, we haven't got space for another one. Not the size they grow.
couple of ciders, right?
Gonna have a couple of ciders?
Ciders.
Like most Saturday nights, you mean?
Yeah, I haven't done ciders since Christmas.
Yes, yes. That old chestnut. They've also got the golden bamboo. This is also a quick grower. £30 for this one. Lovely. Don't go planting this in the ground though.
Ericaceous compost?
Yes, ericaceous compost. Pink bag, please. Yes, don't go planting these in the ground without a barrier. I've got one of these. Beautiful, but they do grow quite quick. And if they're planted in the ground, they are a running bamboo. So just beware. Either place a barrier or pop it in a pot. Mine does really well in a pot, is fine. Smaller little olive trees, £25. Now these acubas are £8.50. And that's the sort of size that I normally start with in my garden. So I think I'll grab one of them to put in by my wildlife pond. I planted a purple pittosporum there in the week, but I think I prefer something a little bit greener. So I'm going to pick up one of these now and just change that when I get home. So these are the ordinary Akuba. And the one that I just picked up, if I just spin you around the other side, I like the colour on that. And that one is called a Mr. Gold Strike. So I didn't realise it was something a little bit different, and I haven't got that. So it'd be nice to have a little bit of a different plant in the garden. And I know these do well in the shade. Beautiful leaves on that. Now the lovely £100 arbour that they had in stock a few weeks ago when I called in, that seems to have gone. No, I'm wrong. They've just moved it. No, that's a different one. So what have they got here now? And how much is it? Yeah, I can't see a price on that one. But they have got one that's a little bit more square. Right, no price on this one. It's got a 15-year guarantee. And I think that shape would look really nice in a more modern garden. Lovely for a contemporary style. Not for my garden, but it is lovely. And they've also got some ericaceous feed here. So I'll be buying some of that later on in the year for my rhododendrons. So Tony now has gone back in the store and he has picked up one ericaceous compost for my camellia and rhododendrons and one compost with John Innes. So let's go back in now as it's raining quite heavily. So we've come home now from B&M and you can see there that that is the lovely Akuba. It's quite a nice little size. And I'm going to plant that just where the pittosporum is there. So I will find somewhere else to put that plant, but I think the colour of that will just brighten up that corner a little bit. And it's a lovely plant, really lovely greens and golds. So it is starting to rain quite heavily out here, and it's not going to be any gardening done today. So please like, comment and subscribe, as it really helps the channel to grow, and it's completely free to subscribe and you'll never miss an update from the garden. So until next time, I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.